The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Robin Kolvik, and I'm the Senior Vice President of Business Development here at EPO. And joining me today again is Josh Sturts, the President of Health Partners of America. And we both appreciate you being here today to talk to you about important topics changing in the marketplace, and that is in our healthcare arena. Health insurance is going through unprecedented changes because of the Affordable Care Act, and based on the philosophy of people helping people, our vision is your credit can play a key role in helping your members and potential members navigate the complexities of healthcare. We've developed a series of webinars to help you gain understanding the state of the insurance industry and the impact this is having on your members, employer groups, and neighbors of every community you serve. With that in mind, we know there's a lot of challenges facing credit unions every day, such as the recent government shutdown, the impact this is having on the majority of Americans. Just as we read in one of the Credit Union Times columns, how credit unions are stepping up and going above and beyond the call of duty and offering members flexibility in loan payments, waiving late payments, overdraft fees, and even covering some of the missing paychecks. With the changes around health reform and impact this is having on all of us as consumers, you have a great opportunity to be part of a new program that was jointly developed by us with our partner, with Health Partners of America, at a critical time for our members that are being impacted by the changes in healthcare. What we're going to cover today is seize the opportunity for your credit union and your CUSO. And we believe that you'll be excited about and how we're going to share the exchange blueprint. We're going to help your credit union or your CUSO leverage this unique opportunity so you could step up as a leader in helping people gain access to expert resources for healthcare, strengthen your relationships with your members, and even reach new members in your community. We believe it's a natural extension to leverage your position as the most trusted resource and provide a marketplace where your members or even employer groups alike can seek expert advice, options on coverage, and even a relationship-building revenue source for your credit union or your CUSO. We're also going to share a little bit what's happening in the federal state exchanges that just went live October 1st. Some folks were predicting a huge train wreck. On the other hand, private exchanges have been around for years, and they're getting better. We're going to update you on the government's progress, kind of share what's happening from a public exchange perspective, and also how that compares to the private market solution here at Credit Union Exchange Blueprint, and tell you where your credit union CUSO can fit in all of this. We're going to also share the demonstration with the Credit Union Exchange Blueprint, how it works, and how most, as a financial institution, you can provide the education and personal resources to your members and your community. With the Credit Exchange Blueprint, we want to share with you some of the strategies about this opportunity. We think you'll be excited about. That's going to help you continue to be the trusted advisors for your members that they turn to by offering this new solution. We believe it's easy to implement, cost-effective, and relevant to your member needs. So before we demonstrate really a little bit more on the Credit Union Exchange Blueprint and how we're going to help position you as a leader in helping people with their healthcare needs, we thought it would be important to understand what's going on in the healthcare insurance area, especially as it relates to exchanges and the online marketplaces. And really to talk a little bit more about this, I have the pleasure introducing Josh, and as the President of Health Partners of America. And Josh, I'm going to turn that over to you.
Thanks, Robin. I appreciate all of you joining us today. If you've not had a chance to listen to our previous webinar on health reform and the new health insurance environment, we encourage you to do so. We talk about how the subsidies and the law is going to impact both employers and employees. We did want to take just a few minutes today before jumping into the live demo to talk about what's changing in health reform so that you understand really the unique opportunity the credit unions have to serve their communities. There was an article in Forbes a couple weeks ago entitled "Obamacare is Killing Traditional Employer-Sponsored Health Insurance." And many of you may have seen some of the headlines that have come out with companies like IBM, Time Warner, Walgreens, Home Depot, making changes to their benefits and moving away from traditional employer-sponsored insurance and moving towards a defined contribution concept or even private insurance exchanges. One of the misconceptions is that this is really an option only reserved for these type of Fortune 100 companies. In fact, the story goes on to say, and we will be taking some questions at the end, so if you have questions throughout, you can go ahead and type those in. But the story goes on to say that the overall insurance market will be much more oriented towards the individual sales. And so we're going to see this shift where the employer's role and responsibilities in choosing the health plan for their employees will be going away, and there will be a lot more individual choice. When it comes to those individual choices, we were able to start seeing early last week and the week before, the reports started coming out on what those exchange premiums would look like. And a lot of people found it pretty eye-opening just how affordable the individual market was compared to group insurance. Of course, on top of the premiums being more affordable than expected and anticipated, many people will choose plans and be eligible for a subsidy to help pay those premiums. So this quote from USA Today actually showed that most Americans buying insurance from the new state health exchanges will have at least 2 insurers to choose from, and 6 out of 10 people could pay less than $100 a month in premiums. So there's a huge draw or attractiveness of that individual market that is going to change the way that employees and employers look at group health insurance. So we mentioned some of the companies that are already making some shifts, the UPSs, the Sears, Darden Restaurants, Walgreens, Home Depot, and we deal here with smaller companies making those decisions on a weekly basis. Of course, each of these different employers has a different subset of employees, and different approaches are needed depending on the type of solution that's going to be provided. Perhaps for active employees in a large group, active employees in a small group, retirees, and ineligible or part-time workers. So the credit union exchange blueprint that we're going to demonstrate for you in just a few minutes does take all of this into account, and the solutions that are provided by the experts that are manning the credit union exchange blueprint are able to provide guidance for an employer in all 4 of those different market segments. So when we talk about exchanges, it is a little bit confusing sometimes. The government started using those terms, exchanges, the state exchanges. The states were to establish exchanges. And about a year ago, they started trying to transition the language from exchange to marketplace. So if you hear the two, they really are interchangeable. An exchange is an online marketplace. But they're both basically a multiple carrier venue for insurance policies. So it's like a Travelocity or an Amazon for insurance. The state exchanges, as we'll demonstrate, are limited in their scope and primarily are focused on health insurance. Some include dental insurance. But a private exchange, like the credit union exchange blueprint, is able to provide a credit union to bring out to their members in their community, is able to go much farther beyond just health insurance and really provide guidance for members on property and casualty insurance, home and auto, life insurance, disability, critical illness, accident, dental, vision, everything that would help make up a true insurance portfolio. Now, it's not exclusive to our call center. We would be able to support and generate leads for any existing relationships or QSOs that are involved. So real quickly, just to kind of contrast the state exchange versus this CUEB exchange, the state exchanges are government run. So we've already seen with the rollout the glitches in the websites, the long waits, you know, just dialing into their 800 number. It takes a long time for anybody to get back with you, and it's not very consumer friendly. And as I mentioned before, they have very limited products available. The credit union exchange blueprint, however, is run by insurance professionals. It has some exclusive products that you may want to offer. It can be branded and promote the products and even the the credit union financial products that you would want to promote through that marketplace. Multiple insurance lines, wellness, and other consumer tools and information are available. And there's even a health reform information section for both employers and individuals where they can download reports, watch videos, and even use a subsidy calculator or penalty calculator to help them get more information on what they should be doing. One of the things that most folks are still not aware of is that HHS has created a pathway that government subsidy that can be used to help purchase insurance from anyone making less than 400% of the federal poverty level can be used in qualified private exchanges, and the Credit Union Exchange Blueprint is one of those. So if we take a look at some of the changes that we've continued to see in the marketplace with the latest headlines, as Robin was mentioned earlier, the 15th straight year bank fees continue to rise, the overdraft surcharges, the government shutdown, all of the things that we're seeing, how most credit unions are actually going above and beyond the call of duty and offering members flexibility. That's one thing that credit unions have always been at the forefront of, is taking care of their members. And so the reason we bring that up is you already are being looked to as that trusted source and assisting those that have been impacted by these other changes that are going on in the country right now. Of course, the biggest change that we're all going to see and started to see when the open enrollment began last week is the change in how our health insurance plans are delivered to us. And so it's a great opportunity with the healthcare arena changing and the marketplace opening on October 1st for the consumers to shop for affordable healthcare options. As a most trusted financial institution, having that philosophy of people helping people, you really have a unique opportunity to provide another service to help your members provide an expert resource on what's going on in the insurance marketplace. So what does that opportunity look like? If we take a look at who your members are, it's made up of both employers and consumers. The employers are saying, hey, help me continue to offer benefits. I understand there may be a new way that I need to do things, but I want to be able to attract and retain employees. I want to do the best for my employees. And the consumers are saying, hey, choices are great, but make this easy for me. Maybe my employer has made those decisions in the past. I'm not really sure what to look for in a health plan for me and my family. And so having that credit union exchange that's powered by EPL with the Credit Union Exchange Blueprint is that trusted gateway to the right brokers, third-party administrators, and health plans with the expert guidance to know which direction to go in each one of those. One of the things that we find really interesting and unique is that while 79% of employees view their employers as a trustworthy source to help them grow and protect their money, credit unions actually rank higher at 81%. And so you already have that trusted status with your members in your community. Now we can provide the back end and front end support during their most troubling time of figuring out what to do about health insurance. So 3 key questions for you to consider. How many of your members have health insurance? What are your members doing about the coming health insurance changes? And would your credit union benefit from providing the expert resource to answer their questions? The Affordable Care Act is changing how employers provide insurance and will certainly change how employees are buying the coverage for their families. So collectively, more than 180 million people will face the need for gaining insurance access. 95 million people are members of a credit union. And so the credit union is uniquely positioned as a community hub with their local businesses and employee members to really provide that resource for them. Why us? A few of the partners that we're already working with have provided quotes for this call. Ron Summerall at Alabama Teachers Credit Union noted that our members will be facing unprecedented changes in insurance coverage and rules and need a trusted source for options and guidance. Implementing this new partnership will provide the resources, expertise, and access our members need. We've also got a quote from Greg Mills, the CEO at Aventa Credit Union in Boulder, Colorado. Greg said, I was thinking who would come to credit unions for this? And then I thought, well, they come to us for a lot of things, such as investments, health savings accounts, and IRAs, because they see us as a trusted financial institution. Well, why now? We've talked about the Affordable Care Act and how it's going to change this environment, but it's an unprecedented time. We've never experienced this before in this country, and it is impacting your members. It's a natural extension for credit unions to leverage your position to provide a trusted resource to help them grow and protect their money. And it's a turnkey solution that connects your members to relevant products, expert people, the right channel, and choice. So the Credit Union Exchange Blueprint was created solely for credit unions, providing unique support with software, training, education, and marketing. A private exchange or online marketplace can be built with broad insurance participation. We also provide dedicated resources, an online portal that you and your staff can find training and information on the latest that's going on in health reform. A CRM for tracking all of the leads that are generated in those online marketplaces, which we'll demonstrate in just a minute, plus licensed and trained agents certified in all 50 states to be able to facilitate the subsidies made available because of the Affordable Care Act, but also to go beyond that and help those that don't qualify for a subsidy choose the best plan for them and their family, whether it's a qualified health plan, non-qualified, short-term medical, some of the other options that are available to help finance a family's health care. There's, of course, a huge member value of protecting assets and the increased revenue and deposit accounts that are there for a credit union. The insurance products can provide a revenue share, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. There are new marketing avenues for your financial products with all of the traffic to these websites. You can also replace other streams that are being attacked by regulation, increase the value of the credit union relationship, and open new health savings and premium accounts. So let's talk a little bit about the product itself, the Credit Union Exchange Blueprint. It's made up of 4 key components. The first one is the online marketplace and members area. We're going to walk through that in just a second. There's also an administrator area that provides the tools, training modules, and all of the information to market this. This is for internal use for you and your staff to get trained up on the latest with health reform and how to promote and market most effectively. The private exchange CRM, so we'll talk about how all of the leads generated in the online marketplace that you can pull the reports, view, and track in real time. And then, of course, the call center, staffed with insurance agents licensed in all 50 states. So this online marketplace, we've got several templates for you to be able to choose from, but I'm going to jump on over to the site real quick. Maybe, if I can get the technology to participate. This is where we're going. All right, so these the different sites that are here, we'll walk through a couple of the pages. You can see the healthcare reform button on the front page here, and then of course a few of the buttons are credit union products, credit union membership. We can bring in any of the products that you have or link directly to the product pages you've already got. The site's going to be customized with your logo, your color scheme, your information, so that it's a pretty seamless transition between your site and this one. Under healthcare reform, for individuals and families, we have calculators, subsidy calculators, reports, videos that they can get the latest health reform information. Then, of course, for employers, the same thing. They've got penalty calculators, reports, videos, helping them understand what their responsibilities are. And, of course, if at any time they've got any questions, there will be an 800 number that they can call, or they can submit their contact information and be called by one of our licensed experts. In addition to that, we'll show you how the health insurance plans are quoted right now. There's a short little video on there about the high deductible plans, health savings accounts. We're currently on this exchange still quoting and displaying plans for 2013. I want to show you how these all come out, though, and are displayed. The plans for 2014 are available. If I put this information in and start talking to somebody from the call center and I'm interested in a 2014 plan, then they're going to be able to help me do that over the phone. The technology crunch that we're trying to get from the carriers, the ability to display all of that information in real time, is the same issue that's affecting some of the other exchange sites that the states are running. Although we've not had any of our shut down, and our licensed experts are on the phone with people within 2 minutes of submitting their information versus 20 minutes with some of the government sites. Some of the reports have shown us. So when I put in my information, I'm able to pull up the quotes. I can see plans from these 3 different carriers who are offering plans in my area. There's 178 different plans to choose from. I can sort them by plan type, by deductible range, by price range. So if I want to look for a plan with a lower deductible, let's see, I want to get a $1,000 deductible. I'm able to do that sort and see what those plans are. I can view the details of the plan and the in-network, out-of-network benefits. Of course, this plan is $104. I can just apply online. Or if I want to talk to an expert, had I put in my real phone number about right now, my phone would be ringing, and I would be connected to a licensed expert who would help me make that decision. I can also view the doctors and hospitals that are in that network. I can select a couple different plans to compare them and make an educated decision on which plan I want to be able to get. View similar plans. So there's a lot of functionality on the site. Of course, the on-exchange and the subsidies applying to these for the 2014 quotes will probably be part of our next demo that we do with you in a couple weeks as the carriers get up to speed and get that information out there. Of course, in addition to the major medical and the health insurance, I'm able to get information about home and auto insurance, life insurance. There's a great deal of information, some resources, life insurance needs calculator, supplemental insurance like accident, critical illness, dental, and vision. I can click, I can get quotes as well. So all of those products are available, and this area is, again, completely customizable to display the products and the information that you would like to display based on the needs that you want to be able to meet in your community. So that is a demo site, one of the demo sites of the Credit Union Exchange Blueprint. See how this works again. There we go. All right, so the next area is the private exchange administrator area. So this is where the tools, the training modules, the customizable sheets and presentation, the wizard to provide the input for setting up your private exchange, choosing from those templates, and going through exactly what products you want to include. You can also, this is a login protected portal with all of the valuable tools, training, marketing materials that you would need to help roll this out. You're not on your own for this. The CUEB implementation team is going to meet with you, your business development and marketing strategy teams, and work with you on exactly what tools you need, getting them customized and ready for you, and assisting in that rollout planning. A few examples of those tools that are available in the toolbox: postcards, staff buttons, banners, brochures. I know there's window clings, T-shirts, the works. So whatever ways that you currently are marketing or communicating to your community or to your members, we've got the site, the templates already created in the marketing toolbox for you to be able to use. And then, of course, the CRM allows you to view and track any of those leads. So we went in and we put in our information to get a quote from that carrier in the online marketplace. When that happened, a lead would have been sent to the CRM so that it can be tracked and we can know what are our members looking at, what are our prospective members looking at, what kind of data do we have access to in order to follow up. So you are able to customize the lead routing. If you want our call center to sell the leads, they're going to get those to the CRM. And I'm going to show you what they do. They actually, through the call center, will update that CRM with any of those interactions they have with your members or prospective members. And then, of course, if you have your own products that you want to sell, if you're a QSO, if you work with a QSO that's marketing insurance products and you want them to get the leads for specific products, then you're able to route those that way. You're able to provide customized sales reports. You can have those generated weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, and get full details from the fulfillment center on exactly what's going on. So let's hop over and take a look at that dashboard. So we are going to click in here. I'm going to show you in real time what the leads look like and what type of information is available. And then we'll run a report and show you what kind of reports and reporting can be done. A lot of data in here right now, so the pages take a second to load. If we click on View Opportunities, we're able to see all of the leads that are coming in through the exchanges and get the details on each of those leads. This is always the fun of a live demo, right? There we go. So any of these new leads that are coming in, we're able to click on the customer ID. I'll show you how you can run reports and get all the information you're looking for. But it does give you the ability, it's not going to show you their social security numbers or anything like that, but it is going to show you the interaction that's going on with the fulfillment center. And so you can get the contact information, phone number, if they provide an email address in that lead form, the email address. You can see how many times a call or a lead has been called and what those ongoing conversations have been. You can view notes on those calls. You see here they're providing some Humana and United quotes to this person. And so you're able to see that. And, of course, once they buy policies, all of the policies that they have, you can go back and reference and make sure you've got all of the information that you need or want from any of those leads that are being generated. So, of course, you can take this information, cross-reference it with your member database. If you find that Nikki here is not a member and you want to set up through your marketing department a way to pull these, once you cross-reference them, send an email or do an outbound call saying, hey, Nikki, we appreciate you shopping for your insurance needs with us. Let me tell you about the other benefits of membership. And you've got a new lead there, someone that you've got to be able to market to. When it comes to reporting, you can run reports on opportunities, so all leads generated, also on all policies sold. We'll talk in just a few minutes about that revenue share that's created that the call center provides, but any of the policies that are sold, you can view them, so it's not like you generate a lead and then you wait and see if a check or direct deposit comes to you. You are able to track all that. So what I do is I actually set up the policy reports to come to me on a weekly basis, and it comes in, and I'm able to sort it by the source, the carrier, the type of policy it is, the status, if it's if they've canceled, if it's been approved, whatever the information that I would like, I'm able to sort those reports, and I can even say, group by options, I want to know the gender of this person. I want to know the, their address. I want to know the county that they're in. Whatever the information is that you're looking for, you can sort and create a report to pull all of that information. So if you say, well, hey, everybody that's got, a Blue Cross Blue Shield policy and they bought it in the last 6 months, we want to run a special campaign to them. You can get to that specific level of information. And then, of course, the calculation options, you can look at total premium. That's how I usually group them. So you can see here different policies that have been sold, the age of the person. This is just kind of how I have my report set up. And you can see how much each of those policies were, what types of policies they were. And you'll notice that many times, like the first one here, this person bought 3 policies. It's the same person. They bought an individual medical plan, an accident plan, and they got a discount program that's going to provide them discount on dental and vision insurance, as well as some lab and x-rays. So our call center actually averages 2.6 policies per sale. So they're very effective at making sure that a family gets exactly the type of insurance they need. Here we have an Assurant plan with a medical savings plan, which is another discount card, with the dental and vision, and then they actually bought a dental insurance plan as well. So whatever the needs are of that customer, they're able to meet them in that one phone call, get them set up with all of the right policies. And you can view all of that activity in the CRM. You'll have access to this and can log in, set that up as an automated report, or go in like I just did and pull a report for what's going on at that time. So a lot of great information is available here, and I really love the interaction and the transparency that the call center's activity is able to provide through the CRM of exactly what's going on. All right, so number 4 is that call center. They are licensed in all 50 states. They've gone through the certification to provide and facilitate the subsidies for the federally facilitated marketplaces, as well as the state facilitated marketplaces for the states that are running their own exchanges. You're able to share in that revenue. They present themselves how you would like. If you'd like to customize the script and have them represent the QSO or the credit union, they can. If you'd like to use a script that says, this is a resource we've set up for our members, but you know, it's not owned by the credit union, to make that distinction clear, you get to customize what that user experience is going to be. They do work extended hours, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Saturday. They're very professional, very good at what they do. You can take it for a test drive and call any of the 800 numbers and see what that experience is like for you. I mentioned their high cross-sell rate, and they actually even provide outbound calls every 90 days to make sure that a customer is happy, that they understand their policy if they've used it, to make sure everything went smoothly. So those are a look at some of the exchange sites and the CRM in action. We'll talk about the money side of it here in just a second, but the thing we want to emphasize is that our technology platform, the customization that we can provide in the scripting and the tracking that goes on through the CRM, provides very broad capabilities. But in working with our implementation team and your business development and marketing teams, we're going to be able to provide a very focused execution plan. And so it can be optimized so that it's most profitable in selling multiple insurance lines, supporting existing insurance relationships. You own the relationships with your members, and it can support any existing QSO or provide those capabilities without having to create a new QSO. So what makes the Credit Union Exchange Blueprint unique? It really is an end-to-end solution, starting with the prospecting, the marketing materials, the training on what's going on, all the way through the exchange, the marketplace, the consumer being able to buy a product and have it serviced at the very end. It does allow for complete customization, the site branding, the lead direction of products, and can generate leads and strategy for both group and individual insurance. So let's talk about the financial investment, and then let's talk about what kind of return on investment you can see very early on with what we believe is the most incredible marketing opportunity ever created. Obamacare, or the Affordable Care Act as it's known, has created a way for many people who have not been in the insurance market, about 22 to 25 million it's estimated, that have not been buying health insurance, will be buying health insurance thanks to the subsidies and the individual mandate that requires them to, or else pay a fine. But it's also going to change the way employers and employees look at insurance. And estimates range from 25 to another 125 million who may change the way they buy insurance. So to take advantage of this unique opportunity, it really is an ideal timing. So if we take a look at getting started with the Credit Union Exchange Blueprint, the financial investment for our initial charter members is only $7,500. The initial installation fee includes the training, the marketing materials, customized web portal, the fulfillment center, the CRM, everything that we've shown to you here today. The monthly ongoing support of $750 includes updates on the industry, the education, the training, the continuous development of your staff, and the marketing materials. Also, your credit union can receive revenue based on member participation. And so we've got a couple of different models and ways that that can be done. But an average-sized credit union could see a 300% or greater ROI in the first 2 years. And of course, with the insurance products and a recurring revenue that's generated off of any policy sold, that will continue to build over time. So next, what I wanted to do is jump to this calculator and really walk through with you what this could look like based on your membership and the penetration and close rate that you might have. Now, again, in the broker world and with employers and employees, we're seeing as high as 35, 45, even 55% penetration. But we're going to go with some conservative numbers, even though, as I mentioned earlier in the presentation, that a survey showed that employers are only the second most trusted behind credit unions. But obviously, you don't know how effective the marketing game plan is going to be if people are tuned in, or if they're even getting an email or a marketing piece that you send out. So we'll go with some more conservative penetration and close rates. But based on that, of course, the policies are all guaranteed issues, so we'll have a high placement rate and a fairly high persistency rate. The revenue share percentage would be 12.5% of the revenue generated. In the product mix, we basically, as I mentioned earlier, just taken a lead from what our call center is already doing, averaging 2.6 policies per customer. So they do a very good job of mixing in the health with the accident, the dental, and multiple products. So even at just 10,000 members with a 5% penetration rate, the first year revenue would be a little over $39,000, really close to $40,000 in revenue. And remember, it's only $7,500 to get set up. So if you've got a credit union with 20,000 members, of course that number is going to double. You're looking at about $80,000. And of course, some of you guys are working with larger credit unions. You can really see a significant return on that investment early. And if things go according to plan and the marketing is effective, and that number starts creeping up from 5 to 6 or 7 or even 8%, that's not how you do that. We can see, of course, even greater return on that investment. So this is the idea, and the game plan is work with the experts who have created the back end, are providing the turnkey support on the front end to bring you the education, the software, the expert assistance and updates, so that you can realize a return. And of course, the revenue is great, but if at the same time you're strengthening a relationship with your community and credit union members because you're helping them solve their biggest confusion point or biggest problem right now, which is understanding health reform, then of course you're going to be wildly successful in all that you're able to do. So we mentioned the turnkey support, the marketing support, the outreach tools for your members, the communication tools for the credit union, the webinars like this one that we're doing every first and third week of the month, and our ready resource, our Credit Union Exchange Blueprint team that's able to support you every step of the way. We do have a process that's fairly easy to follow. You get started, sign the contract, pay the registration fee in the first month's payment. You receive your welcome email. There's an orientation video and you'll be reached out to by one of our CUEB team members to build your online insurance marketplace and help you get going. Once we've gotten started, we'll get your team and marketing plan ready, develop the marketing strategy with our team, order any marketing materials. You can do that through the toolkit in your admin area. We'll help educate your staff with videos and tools from the admin area, and we'll have a live Get Ready webinar for you and as many of your team members as you'd like from our CUEB implementation team. And then we get the word out. You market your site to the credit union members in your community. Members can research and purchase products as well as link back to your credit union homepage. You can monitor site activity through the CRM or Blueprint Expert, and we'll have scheduled touch bases and program management reviews with our Credit Union Exchange Blueprint team. So the next steps for your marketplace, gain agreement for strategy and proceed with executing a plan that will build a successful launch of your credit union healthcare solutions for January. January is when we're going to see an even bigger wave of change. January is when the new policies can be effective, and when some of the employers that are holding back and still offering health insurance now will start making the decision to drop insurance. So we've got a plan outlined for this quarter to be able to get you ready and get the implementation plan in place, finalize the the marketplace exchange in your marketing program, get the word out to your community, measure the success, expand, and adjust. So with that, I am going to see if we've got some, I know some questions have been coming in here. I will tell you we are recording this, and we'll make both the recording and the slides available to you. Let's see. It's a very specific question here, Robin, about availability tomorrow. I will forward this on to you. There's a phone number here to call Michael. Can you show the revenue based on a credit union with only 1,000 members? Sure. So we'll pull this back up. With just 1,000 members, in order to make this thing cost effective for you, you'd want to hopefully have a lot higher penetration and close rate with that few of members. But even at 15%, 20%, you're going to be able to see a return on that. If you are working as a credit union with just 1,000 members, Robin can talk to you about our small credit union strategy and some of the things that we're doing to provide some support for the smaller credit unions to make this more cost effective. The next question here, what about the health insurance needs of our employees? So that's a great question, Don. Obviously, many of you on the call are employers yourselves. As we've been going through working with the credit unions, we've been taking a look at what they're doing and helping them understand this new marketplace. Many of these credit unions are deciding to review how they've been offering benefits, strategizing over whether individual health insurance should play a role in the way that they're offering benefits, maybe through a defined contribution plan, or maybe they want to continue offering group health insurance. It really depends on the size and demographics of your group. But clearly, both Robin and myself can help you get pointed in the right direction. We do have experts that are able to help an employer as well. And that's something that most of the credit unions do become their first customer in their exchange. Give it a second to see if there's any other questions coming in. So there's a question here about leagues. Robin, I'll let you take this one. Have you rolled this out to any leagues instead of credit unions?
We have not at this time rolled this out to any leagues. We have been working directly with the credit unions. At this point, we have had some initial conversations with some leagues, but at this point, we do not have any leagues that are endorsed with the program today.
All right. Here's another question. Let me pull this one back up. Question is, what would the revenue be for a credit union with 175,000 members? We'll go back to the 5%. Just the first year revenue alone is close to $700,000. So that's, we can talk more specifics with you. We've got a 3-year pro forma bill we can put your numbers into and get into a deeper conversation, Matt, on what exactly that would look like. Some good questions coming in here. To what extent is training needed for the staff? So what we want to do is create a way for your staff to not have to feel like they're becoming health insurance experts by any means, but really just understanding the broad strokes, what some of the big impacts that the health reform bill is going to have, so that when they're asked certain questions, they have at least a little background knowledge. But really more importantly is the training that, hey, we have the answers. The answers are in our online marketplace. Visit the site, call the 800 number, and being able to guide them. Some of the credit unions that we're working with are actually setting up a computer with the site pulled up as a kiosk or a little side station that their members can come in and use while they're sitting there. So all of that training, though, Joanne, is something that we will provide for you and help get your team. It'll be very specific to your organization and be able to show them your site, how it works, what's promoted, where the leads go, so that they'll understand exactly how it works and who's being promoted through that exchange. So Mary's asking if there's a program our staff can enroll if we do not participate. If you mean, yes, for your own individual employees, if you guys choose not to participate, I'll let Robin follow up with you on the best way to approach that, Mary. But yeah, so one of the things that's interesting, these exchanges that launched last Tuesday, the state exchanges, so the federal government was facilitating 36 of them, 14 had their own exchanges. I'd say the majority of them, if not all, had glitches, had problems, had sites shut down. We had over 700 live exchanges at that time, none of which were shut down. Our call center, of course, the volume spiked and increased, but we were ready for it. We did not have any call drops. We did not have anybody have to wait more than 2 minutes to be able to talk to a live licensed expert. So there are just some things that the private market does better and have been doing better. And so it's great to know that we've built an infrastructure here that's going to be successful. It's going to take, regardless of your political affiliation and how you feel about the Affordable Care Act, it is here. It is going to change the way people approach offering their benefits or buying their benefits, and to have a trusted source that allows you to take advantage of this movement that's already occurring in the market without you having to do much on the front end or the back end is pretty exciting. So we're really excited. The credit unions that we are working with, the rollouts, the launches, they've been getting some great response for some of the community events that they're putting forward to bring attention to their exchange site and the solution that they're bringing to the community. So we are really excited about the partners that we are working with, and really excited about where we're going with this. So to learn more and to find these recordings of the webinars, you can visit the Credit Union ExchangeBlueprint.com, and great education and materials that are out there that help you understand even more about what's going on in health reform and how you are uniquely positioned to take advantage of it to benefit your credit union, but also your members and your community. Robin, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, no, and I think to add to that, Josh, as far as the Credit Union Exchange Blueprint, you can view some of our prior webinars that we had available as far as healthcare reform is concerned. We are holding these sessions every first and third week, so we're going to continue to share information as it relates to the healthcare reform and how the Credit Exchange Blueprint product is overall performing. So again, we thank you for the opportunity to be here today, and I am leading this effort on behalf of EPL and working with Josh at Health Partners of America. So please reach out and contact if you have any specific one-on-one questions as it relates to your specific crediting or QSO. Again, and how the Crediting Exchange Blueprint, I believe, is a great opportunity for creditings and QSOs, to offer the expert assistance, the online marketplace, a portal for where your crediting products and services, can complement what's out there from a healthcare environment to help support your members and potential members out there in the marketplace. So again, we thank you today for the opportunity to share this with all of you, and please continue to join us as far as our next webinar series, or reach out and we'll talk to you specifically about your credit union or your QSO and how you can be a part of this exciting time with us.
Thanks.